Hello, everyone. I will continue talking about hate on our episodes. This one's considered the worst episode that the writers ever made. Arnold betrays Iggy. The episode starts with Arnold walking with Sid and Stinky as they're talking about Arnold bringing Iggy his homework because he is Sid. Sid and Stinky talk about how Iggy is the coolest kid in school. What makes Iggy cool is because he did a prank against one of the most hated characters in the show in Principal Ward's. Kids clearly like it when someone does something against an authority figure with no care for the consequences. Once Arnold made it to Iggy's apartment, his mother let Arnold in, and so Iggy has no idea that a classmate was coming and stumbled upon him wearing bunny pajamas. The pajamas made also look more like a costume, as he has everything from the bunny ears to the big. The only thing that makes them pajamas is the twin bunnies he has as shoes that connects the entire suit. Iggy begged Arnold, who could barely contain his laughter, not to tell anyone that he wears bunny pajamas, since he knew he would lose all the respect he gained amongst his peers. Arnold told him that he would not. The next day, while on a bus ride to school with Sid and Stinky, the moment the subject of Iggy was brought up, Arnold could not hold back his laughter from the memory of what he witnessed, while the others were wondering why he was laughing. Right from there, Arnold could have just lied, but I do not think he has ever, unless he's lying with a friend by just agreeing to what they say, like he did for Gerald in the Chocolate Turtles episode, as well for Rhonda when she was broke. When the two noisy friends keep pestering him to tell them what's going on, as Arnold already said enough with something happening when he went to Iggy's house to what he was wearing, they easily guessed that the only thing that would make him laugh like that is that Iggy was wearing bunny pajamas. The moment Arnold stops walking, that finally confirms it. Arnold asked the two to keep it a secret, but the two dirtbags easily spread the news, immediately began laughing and mocking him. Sid and Stinky confirmed that Arnold is the one who told them all about it, which got an embarrassed Iggy to glare at Arnold, who told them that he did not say anything and that they just guessed. All Iggy knows is that Arnold asked his grandpa for advice, and Phil gave both good and bad advice. The good advice is apologizing, explaining that he did not mean any harm in what happened. The bad advice is telling him to keep buying Iggy forgiveness, which is horrible. Arnold followed his grandpa's advice, and since Iggy wasn't hearing the apology no matter the amount of time that flew by, which could have been months, he told Iggy that he would do his chore for a whole week. After the week was over, Iggy still wasn't accepting the apology, which should have been a clue for Arnold to just accept that what was done, and that earning Iggy forgiveness this way is not worth it. Unfortunately, Arnold asked Iggy for what he would have to do to prove that he was truly sorry, to which Iggy gave Arnold the worst punishment imaginable. He wants Arnold to walk in public wearing the bunny pajamas. The entire neighborhood assembles to watch a 9-year-old purposely parading around in a bunny pajama outfit. As Sid and Stinky began talking with each other, Iggy finally overhears exactly what Arnold had told him had happened when this whole mess started. But it was too late to stop Arnold, who walked outside and faced the laughter, jeers, and ridicule that everyone was willing to throw at him. He could only look at Iggy tried in vain to tell him to stop. The episode ended with Iggy waiting on Arnold's porch, wanting to talk to him, but Arnold could only look at Iggy with hatred, as Iggy tries to give him the same stuff that Arnold been trying to tell him since the whole situation started, and the episode fully ends with Iggy yelling Arnold's name in vain. My final thoughts on this episode is that I think this is one of the times the writers probably wanted fans to use this moment as a lesson to what lengths we are all willing to go to make a person like us or forgive us if we ever did something bad to them. Look at this episode the way we look at Arnold trying to get Lila to like him romantically. Arnold becomes the bad guy in almost all those episodes where he had to be his worst self to get Lila to see him in a romantic way. Those failures are meant to teach boys that we have to be our worst selves to get the girl. Then she wasn't worth it in the first place, and most of it was not Lila's fault when I reviewed them. Back to the Iggy episode, Arnold could have just thought of a way of bringing something else up about what he found funny. Using Iggy's name was only making things worse for him, since it's already clear that his honest self, that of course Sid and Stinky could guess what he saw. All that laughter immediately vanished when he realized how screwed up he made the situation. What makes it Arnold's fault in this episode is that Arnold needs to realize that Iggy was willing to let him degrade himself and to believe that everything is good, then you don't need a friend like him. His grandpa's even worse since I've seen other shows where a person could be put in that situation, and those friends who get bullied by the person they wrong finally tells them off because they know they screwed up, but they are not going to destroy their dignity
Arnold
for
should
the
have
sake
taught
of
friends
caring.
forgiveness.
Because after the moment Iggy needed to bring up the subject of him wearing the pajamas, I can easily imagine that Arnold realized just how dumb this whole thing was when he took that shameful walk, and that's why he has that burning hatred for Iggy. I feel sorry for him, but this is his own painful lesson to learn, and that's why this episode is not as bad as people think it was. If someone's want to let you destroy your self-respect as a way of atonement, especially for something that will pass, then we were never good friends to begin with. But which where the fault is in Iggy. That's all, folks. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more.